Alright, let's talk about Astro, or Nikuru team. So let's begin with rollouts. Just like any other rollouts, your entire team wants to roll out the right side. You guys don't really want to go like left lobby rollouts or like directly to bats rollouts because you're splitting away from your beam. You also get there slower. It's just better to all roll out like in the middle lobby, main lobby, whatever you guys call it. Your demo, he's gonna jump from spawn with a full buff, place another sticky here, jump to the shutter, place another sticky here and jump all the way here. He's gonna just press W. Please don't zigzag demo. Make it easier for your medic and just like press W. Maybe try to walk underneath this red arrow so your medic can pre-fire at it and you get the arrow faster. As medic, after the beam breaks from your demo, you're gonna want to get on your scouts. You get in front of your team. After the shutter, you're gonna be pulling out your crossbow. You're gonna be arrowing your demo. Scout, please move to the side so you don't eat up the arrow. After you give the arrow, you're gonna turn around and you're gonna buff the following players. You're gonna buff your heavy, your soldier, and your sniper. These are the three classes that you must buff. Everyone else comes after, but these guys are like, I guess, second after your demo, and I guess scouts. Reason being is that your heavy on the mid fight, he's gonna act like a tank or absorb all the damage that he's taking, and if he has a 450, it's just a lot easier for him to absorb more damage versus if he were at 300 AK base health. Your soldier, he's gonna be bombing over from bats onto the ramp, and just that extra buff allows him to have more health as he rocket jumps because he's already gonna be taking damage from rocket jumping, right? So the healthier he is, the longer he'll live. And then your sniper wants a full buff because he's gonna be taking the SVS or sniper versus sniper. And if he's not doing that, then he's still gonna eat spam from like flares, Fangled Mini Sentry, and just like any other type of spam. If you have time to buff everyone else, then do so. But if not, like those are the players that you should be prioritizing. Just a quick thing, I feel like this is pretty straightforward, but I would recommend that you learn how to walk backwards on rollouts, not just on Astral, but like any other Koth map for the rollouts, because that will help a lot with the buffs. Don't hesitate in the shutter, medic. You're just making it easier to eat spam and to eat a headshot. If you die, die. But like fully commit with your team and play around this talk so you can use this kind of as like head cover as your team pressures out the sniper. We're being aware of the soldier that's bombing us. Our scout is gonna be on this roof, denying that soldier. If the soldier's not bombing scouts, then you can just like pepper the combo from high ground over here and help your demo. If you don't want to do that and you want to be a little bit sneaky, you can go behind and flank them from shutter or flank them from all the way to ramp. But please make sure you call this so your demo knows like when to walk, and then you guys are creating split pressure. Your team, the enemy team has to either look behind and deal with the scouts, or they have to look at the combo walking at them. So make sure you call that if you're doing that scout. Pyro, you're just gonna reflect the soldier if he's bombing. If he's not, like spam, and then after 10 seconds when spy has crossed, spy checked. This is a very popular spot for spies to hide in. Please don't neglect, shooting a flare or just like spamming some some fire into that. Also, under is a very popular spot. Your heavy, he's gonna want to immediately come to the boxes so he can do this little head glitch area. And just kind of like pepper them from here, so then our demo is like shooting them from this angle, our heavy shooting from this angle, our scout, if he's still alive, he's shooting them from high ground, and then we're gonna have a soldier bombing into them, and that's gonna be the perfect distraction for our team to start walking. Your demo, he kind of just wants to take this angle over here. He can arc the stickies and the pipe, so he doesn't need to be like extremely close, and he doesn't need to have direct sideline over them because he can again launch all his stuff over the roof. Your heavy, he's gonna be taking this wall pretty tightly, and as you guys are making them back up into ramp, he's just gonna take this corner and hopefully demolish them all. Medic, you're gonna be beam tanking your demo, and you're gonna be arrow tanking your heavy. But if your heavy is taking more damage than your demo, like let's say that your heavy is just eating a lot of spam, but your demo is like back here not really eating any damage, then please focus on healing your heavy, because again, want to prioritize healing the players that are taking an active fight, right? We want our heals to be useful. So if your demo's not taking damage but your heavy is, then focus on your heavy. But if your demo's taking more damage over your heavy, then focus your demo. Yeah, so that's how the fight should go. Please do not default to going into ramp when you come out of Shutter. This is how you lose Astral mid fights and just Astral in general when you guys just like sit here. Because if you think about it, you're not defending point, you're not taking any space because you're putting yourself in this awkward choke point. And we just talked about how demo can launch stickies over this roof without picking us directly. So this is just like a really bad position to stay in any longer than, I don't know, like 10 seconds. It's okay if like maybe you need an arrow or two on your demo or scout or pyro, that's fine. But you guys should immediately be walking out after that. You cannot linger here. If you guys are down too many players or you're just too weak and they're aggressing the point and already capping, then it's okay to say, okay, we lost the mid fight, let's just set up in bats. And bat is gonna be your regroup point when you don't tap points. Always make this your regroup. Be careful of the sniper sightline here, walking these stairs. He can get up on these boxes and just like have a sightline here. You can jump around it here, or just like take it very tightly over here. Just be careful of the sniper sightline. Hopefully someone calls out if the sniper is watching that or not. But this is gonna be your regroup point when you don't tap point. And there are two ways that we can push this, either through Shutter or through bats. And how should I explain this? First, let me explain who is going to be playing where. So your combo is going to be playing on bats, and that consists of your demo, your medic, your pyro, and then your heavy. Your heavy is going to be watching the Shutter. Please don't be peeking this over and over and over again so that like you're eating way too much damage, and then by the time that your combo is ready to walk, you have to heal up. Just like let them walk into you. Don't be picking it over and over and over unless your team calls, okay, we're walking. When your team calls, we're walking, then you peek. But otherwise, just like chill here and make sure that they're not aggressing into you. If your sniper is taking the Shutter peek, then you can just like Fist of Steel or stay rev with your minigun and open the door for him in this corner, but that's about it. Your demo, he's gonna be spamming over roof here on bats. Your scout is also gonna be playing here. Scout is gonna wants to play around combo on cough maps just because when you have a 185 scout and like your scout is goated, it does wonders. You know, you can use his speed to run away faster as medic. He's also pretty good at protecting you on medic, and he can very easily follow up on your demo's damage. The people who are gonna be on ramp are gonna be your engineer and your soldier. Maybe with your spy, if like let's say the enemy flank is also on ramp, then your spy can like coordinate with your soldier and your engine to kill them. Your sniper can also take peek from ramps. It's up to your sniper really. You can either peek from bats, Shutter, or ramp. Just depends where he wants to peek. You know, if he peeks from ramp, he has like a direct sightline into their combo. You guys are in newcomers, so I'm suspecting that the enemy team will probably be fearing on ramp. So your sniper can just come here on ramp and be protected. Oh, what an interesting choice of name for that. But your sniper can take this direct sideline onto them and pretty much lock them down from very far away. And it's important that your soldier and your engineer protect your sniper here. You guys really want to protect your sniper on cough maps. Your soldier can then just like take this high ground, and then your engineer can put a mini here to protect anyone from bombing. Let's see. So that's gonna be happening as the combo is walking forward, because we talked about in the mid fight about the soldier creating split pressure when he's like bombing over, or your scout doing a sneaky flank and going into Shutter. This is basically what we're doing here. We're creating split pressure. We're shooting them from different angles. You know, we have a heavy shooting them from Shutter, we have a sniper, soldier, engineer shooting them from ramp, and then we have our combo walking from bats. And you know, again, demo can just launch stickies and pipes over the roof. So they're gonna be pretty frazzled, like, oh my gosh, who do we look at? You know, do we look at their combo? Do we look at their heavy? Or do we look at their sniper? So it's very important that you guys all peek at the same time. I would recommend that your main caller, whoever it is, maybe does a little countdown, like, you know, we're gonna start walking off bats in 3, 2, 1. Everyone peek, 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 peek. and then all of you start peeking. Flank, if you don't have ramp, make sure that you communicate that and say, oh hey, we cannot peek right now, they're just pushing us on ramp. And then your heavy can maybe like shoot on ramp for a little bit or something like that, help them out. Just make sure that you guys are communicating with each other. But the way that you're gonna push this off ramp, now that I explained the other classes, as demo, the first thing that you wanna do is like sticky off the roof, because their scout and their engineer are probably gonna be playing on roof. So you want them off it, because the rest of your combo are gonna drop down, and you don't want people shooting down at them, right? And make your medic drop. That'll be disastrous. So you wanna clear roof before you drop off bats. Be careful of stickies on this corner, please. Or like on any of these things. Or on boxes here. Just be super careful about that, please. I died to that a couple times. Not very fun. So your demo's gonna stay here. Clear out the roof. Once the roof is clear, your medic, pyro, and scout are gonna drop down. If the enemy combo is playing close, then your demo's gonna sticky him, pressure him out. But remember, like, it would be pretty easy to pressure them out if the rest of your team are picking with you guys, because that heavy should insta die if your sniper is picking ramp or your soldiers like shooting him from ramp, because now he has like a demo shooting him, a soldier shooting him, and maybe your own heavy like shooting him from here, or your sniper peeking from this angle. It's very important that the rest of your team peeks with your combo to make it easier to push off from bats. So once you guys have pushed them out, you're just gonna inch forward. Your demo's gonna drop down. He's gonna take the lead. He's gonna stick you this corner, so it makes it harder for them to walk forward. If you have to use, then use. Take an exchange, and you only want 2 people, maximum 2 people in this Uber, or just in any Uber in general. If we have more than 3 people in the Uber, then we're just flashing way too much. Our Uber is gonna run out a lot faster, and it's gonna put us in a bad situation, right? So decide who those 2 people are gonna be. Maybe your demo pyro or your demo scout. It just depends on you guys. Whoever is not in the Uber, you guys should just like bait and like stay healthy. Don't bait too far that you're like too far away to commit for the post fights. Just like maybe chill under bats. And don't take any damage. Once the Uber is done, try and end like in front of shutter, just so like maybe if things go down south, your medic can easily run away through shutter. Medic, you always want to make shutter your escape route, because it's just like a lot easier to run away from. If you default to escaping on ramp, it's just very awkward. You can get caught out very easily. So default shutter, please. Once the Ubers are done exchanging, you guys are gonna end here. Your demo's gonna call, oh, post fight now. Peek, 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 peek. Everyone starts peeking. You guys start fighting them. Yada, 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 yada. Make sure that you're calling focus fire, like, focus their demo, he's weak, or focus their heavy. Make sure you're aware of where sniper is. If sniper is bats, then just like play a little bit more here. You can still spam their combo, and you're avoiding sniper's sightline until your spy or someone else gets on him. If their sniper is ramp, then just play closer to the right side. Again, you can still spam them from here. You guys don't have to back up to ramp. Just like be smart about sniper sightlines, please. And then if all things go well, you're gonna push them out, get a lot of kills, and then cap points. Let's talk about capping points, or like defending points. Now that we talked about pushing, get the point, let's talk about defending the point. You guys want to play on the point, right? Because like the goal of the game is to defend the capture time until time runs out. If we're all playing on ramp, are we really defending points from this angle? Not really. We're giving up a lot of space. It's very easy to let them walk in. But if we're playing on point with our heavy doing this head glitch thing in the boxes, our demo playing right behind him, he's setting stickies on fans on that little corner, just like spamming pipes and stickies. Your scout is playing on the roof, like, maybe throwing his toys and all that stuff. Just like doing chip damage, reading their crit heals, calling out, oh, sniper's peeking bats now, yada 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 yada. Your engineer can also place a mini here, in case like a soldier bomb, he's denied by the mini and your scouts. Your sniper, he can either play down here with you guys, or he can call, hey Angie, I want to peek from fans, come with me, and he can peek from fans here. Take this angle. It's up to your sniper. Make sure that he's escorted by your engineer so he doesn't get picked off by spy. Your pyro, he's just gonna be just chilling here around your medic. You as medic, don't peek bats. Just play around this little corner here. your soldier's gonna be playing on roof, just like watching ramp here. And then your spy, it is very important for your spy to not feed in and die for useless kills. At this point, he's like your eyes, because you guys can't see what their team is up to, and you really want sniper calls, because the last thing you want is for the enemy sniper to go ramp and then kill your medic. So please don't let that happen. Spy, stay alive. If you're able to go for like a good pick, you know, trust your own judgment and go for it, but don't like feed for picks. You are your team's CCTV camera at this point, and you need to tell them where sniper is speaking, just to avoid like sniper headshotting your medic. The reason why we want to hold here is because again we're making it harder for them to push off bats, and we're like further delaying them because now they have to take extra time to spam each of us out, and then we back up a little bit here, and then they still have to walk, and most likely you guys will force them if you guys are playing up here. And then you guys have a way better Uber, you know, just Uber on your heavy if it's playing up close. If you don't want to Uber on your heavy and you know they're about to exchange, then just tell your heavy, get out, I'm gonna Uber my pyro to deny this Uber. And then, you know, trade with your pyro, you know, your pyro stuffs them into this corner, your demo comes in, you know, your scout can pick from the roof and then collapse on them if they're still lingering here for the post fight. That's the ideal scenario. That's pretty much it. It's very basic stuff. Obviously, as you guys play, you'll encounter more specific problems. But really, just to get into Astral, you just need to have some idea on how to push bats and how to hold points. Please try to hold on the point. Don't fear on ramp. Because again, this is very unfavorable. You can get locked down by their sniper on ramp and then you guys won't be able to peek out. It's not good. If you guys have lost ground, it's just better to like back up and then refight immediately through shutter or through bats, because now you have a lot more space to work with. Just don't linger on ramp. That's the biggest takeaway that you could get from this review. Do not linger or you stay glued to ramp. Ramp is how you lose games. Be smart. If you have any questions, please let me know. Oh wait, I forgot to talk about Sacs. Okay. Before I end the review, let's talk about Sacs. Let's say that they capped points and they were able to get our medic with it. Now they have Uber at, you know, they have like, they're about to get Uber, but our medic died, so we're at 0%. And we don't want to push into them when we know that they have full Uber, because then we're gonna die to the Uber, right? Just go in for a sack. Make sure that your spy calls where the medic is playing first, or have someone spot, hey, you know, medic is playing by Toxic, medic is playing by Shutter, medic is playing deep on ramp. Make sure you have that call first so you know where you're aiming for. Medic, fully buff your soldier and your demo. Your scout can go in on this. When you're doing a sack, really you want pretty much everyone except your medic and your engineer to go in it. Because, you know, if you have players dying, might as well send most of your team, right? You know, send everyone that you can. You know, you guys are gonna sack over roof, get on their medic. Medic, you're gonna leave to spawn with your engineer. This is just a good habit to build. Since your entire team is gonna be sacking for them, they're all gonna die, right? And if it's just your engineer and yourself playing on bats, then the other team can go like, well, their entire team died. It's just their medic and engineer. And if they're playing close, then we can easily get them. So just make it a habit to go to spawn. Your engineer can play some mini sentry, wrangle it, and then hurt himself, so you're still building good. And by the time that your team spawns, you know, you're gonna be close to their spawn. You can give everyone crit heals, you know, buff them in 3 seconds, and then you're ready to take a fight. And by the time that your team respawns from the sack, most likely you're gonna have Uber at this point. So whether you force them or not, at least you were doing something, you know, you were being productive. We don't want to just sit here and wait for Uber. If your medic is at 50%, then go in for a sack. But if your medic is already at like 70%, then I would just say take a dry fight. To, you know, start clearing roof and all that stuff. Just like how we talked about pushing off bats. Just start doing that and your medic will get Uber as you guys are doing that. Once at 70%. But if you're below that and they have Uber, it's just better to go in for a sack. To not waste time. Just building Uber. Because that's, again, you know, we have a timer that we want to run out on our side. That's pretty much it. Let me know if there are any questions, I think I went over everything. I'm down to do a demo review. Again, specific issues and questions will most likely arise when you guys actually get on the scrim and play against a team. Because right now, I just talked about ideal scenarios or how you should be playing it, but obviously it's not gonna go exactly how I said. Let me know how it goes, and hopefully this was useful to you. Bye bye!